And pause your recording. Istongon Jokayadega. Istongon Jokayadega. That's one person. It's writing on this board. Istongon Jokayadega. I'm talking to one person. Okay.
This is what they're seeing right now.
Istongon Jokayadega. Y'all's not seeing what?
Yeah, screen share. Mhm. And then just hit this. Let's see that.
Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see anything?
Here,
Monks.
there. There you go. This will show you what you can choose from. Yeah, pick this one. And then share.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can't do it all. Yeah.
Can you see that now?
There you
Okay, so, okay, Istongon Jokayadega. It's one person. I'm talking to just Amy. Istongon Jokayadega. But if I'm talking to all of you, Istongon Jokayadega. Talking to more than one or a crowd. Okay. So remember last week I told y'all, I hope y'all had a good restful week. So we're going to start vocabulary. And this vocabulary, I'm hoping is a little simpler than what we went through before. And remember now, if you need questions, you need to ask, because this is kind of going in deeper into the language. And it's going to explain probably a lot more things than what we've been doing. And then later on, we're going to do sentences. And I'm trying to get interaction with you. So if y'all can answer or even, get your mics on so that I can listen to how you're using this. But I think this will be a little easier and maybe explain a lot more things than what we've been doing. So remember now, there's no stupid questions and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Remember, and I'm not a master at this. I'm not a master, so don't be intimidated just because I can speak, because, when I speak, it's just not, it's something that was just a part of my life. It was a life learning thing, I guess. So make sure that you ask questions. This is one thing, because I know some people go through life without asking questions and they'll never know. But if you have it, you'll have it at least. You got it. If I can answer it, that's the thing right there. If I can answer it, when you
Possibility, that's our money. But
okay, so we're gonna go into this, and I want to say this one thing is that I have all respect for all you people that's taking these classes. Because right now our language is, for you people, our language is not in a position right now to not ask questions, be afraid to make a mistake. It's not in that position right now. So right now we're just in one of those, we're in a dangerous situation.
There you go.
If you we're in a part where right now we're just like in a okay, idokit gajodos. Is this correct? This is from Amy. What are you trying to say? Like, ido is tree. Gudgel is blackberry.
You know what? I guess I got the wrong. I was trying to say the mulberry tree has berries on it because I have a mulberry tree in my garden, and I try to write. I try to write a little diary every day as best I can
And that's,
in the Creek language, you know, and it pushes me. But I know I don't always get it right, so that's
okay.
why I was asking just how to say that right.
So you would say ki, Victor Huitidos. All you have to say is that you got a mulberry tree standing there, and that tells the whole story. Gajo is blackberry, but if you just say ki huitidos, like there's a mulberry standing there, and that answers that tells the whole story for you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have to explain that it's berries. I can just say that I have a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, that tells that you do have a tree. And Ella, I want to thank you for that. My coworker gave me that gift you sent back. I loved it. And it's going to go in my, you know, I have a curio in my home that I put everything in there. And some of these, the last thing I put in there was a little doll that this woman gave me, and she passed away. So I decided to keep all these things, and I got names and dates on them. And so when I get something, I put a name, I put a date to it. And so that way I know. And in this curio, I got all these little, I got some from family, I got some from friends, I got some from, and that's the one I was talking about. My husband took over the shelf, put his OU stuff on, and he got me a curio. So I got two of them there that I put things in. So that's going in there, Ella. It'll always be, and you know, yeah, and my kids, you know, when even my grandkids, they'll come up sometimes and they'll say, and I don't know, they have to look in there because they'll get curious and say, where'd you get that? You know, and they'll be out of the blue. So I do that, and it's a, you know, it's more like a lesson too. It's a lesson. So they look at them, you know, and there are times that they'll just come up and say, where'd you get that? Or, you know, or what is this? You know, and I'll tell them a story about that. So this little curio, I got two of them now. These little curios that I have in my home, they're history lessons. And sometimes my grandkids won't even ask nothing about it. And then one day they'll come in and they'll not a guess, and they'll say, what is that? Or where'd you get that? You know, so I want to thank you, Ella. Okay, go right into it's going to go right into this vocabulary. Okay, look at this. We're going to study doa, dos, and how they're spoken. It's kind of and this is going to show you how things should end. So get notifications. Here, do I need to X this out? Do I?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so look here. It says here. Remember in the previous lesson, we had ya and ma. Ya is this, ma is that. Here we got here. Here, when you add he to this ya, it means this one. This one, okay? That, ma, you can't add he to this ba, okay? Okay, and then when you go back to your personal pronouns, unhissy. That means my friend. That is mine. But it's like amadami, my car. Scissors, skorka. Skorka. And you're going to be learning new words, okay? Skorka is scissors. And that's something you use every day. Skorka. Well, not every day. Well, I got grandkids. Yeah, I do. Hokti, female or a woman, okay? And remember what I told you. Hokti is in general a gender, okay? Or a female. Hoktuji, remember with the uji, was little girl. Hoktali is an old woman, is an older woman. I'm a hoktali, okay? The words he, ya, and ma mean this and that. In be sentences, okay, now right here, be, am, is, are. The word meaning be comes at the AD can appear on both noun phrases, but the first is often dropped. Okay, this is what it's talking about right here. Jogat, os. Hiyat, jogat, os. Okay. And a lot of people speak with the T right here. They separate, they put this like, now listen now, jogat, os. Hear that D? Jogat, os. Hiyat. But the way I speak is jogados, which this means the same thing. I just don't put the D ending right here. I just put it, I separate it. Jogados. And that's saying it is paper. Okay. This saying this is saying a book. This is a book. Jogat os hiyat. And that should say hiyat. Jogados. This is a book. But see how it's written? And this is how say it is a book. Okay. Ma. Remember, ma is that. But when you add a D to it, you're saying is. Okay, is. Mat is hodzetskat os. Is hodzetskat dos. This is how some people speak. It's hodzetskat os, but I speak is hodzetskat dos. Okay? So that mut at the end is saying that is a pen. Okay. Any questions so far? Because this is kind of what we're going to be going over, and we're going to take this slow. Okay, because when you use D and say hiya jogat os or hiya jogados, it means this is a book as opposed to everything else. Okay, so this is what you're going. This is how literally we speak. Yesterday I had a meeting. Yeah, very good. There you go. Fit the geek. You're saying there's a tree, mulberry outside, and you don't have to say tree because when you say he, it's understood. I was asking a chat. Okay, so this is where we're going to take it slow, and I'm going to add sentences to this. Okay, as time goes on, we're going to add sentences, but this is kind of how we speak. So this is one that's going to be slow, and this ain't all of it. I'm going to tell you there's about 40 pages of this, 50 pages, and it's all about language. Okay? The words he, ya, and ma mean this and that. In be sentences, be, am, is, and are now, when this is saying this is a book, I am a book, or whatever, this is in there, okay? The word meaning be comes at the end. D can appear on both noun phrases, but the first is often dropped, like right here. Hiat jogat os. This is saying this is a book. Okay? And some people speak like this. They put that D at the end and say os. But the way I speak, I say joga dos. I don't know how you speak, Ella. Joga dos or jogat os. But it means the same thing. It means the same thing. It's just how people learn to speak. Okay. I've heard both ways, but this is how I speak. I say jogados. And the same thing as this. It's saying this is a book. Okay. But remember, ma was that. Okay. But when you add the D to it, it's saying is a. Mat ich hojetskat os, or mat ich hojetskados. That is a pen. You're specifying that is a pen when you put the D in there. Mat. Okay. And hiyet. You're specifying. So this is where you can speak both ways and it's understood. You can separate the D here and just say jogados. Or you can put the D here and say jogat os. Or you can say hiya, or you can say hiyat. Either way, it's understood, okay? Either way. A speaker will understand you. Ma, remember that ma is that. But when you add the D, that's saying that, mat, that is mat, okay? And you can say it, ishhojetskat os, or ishhojetskat dos. Either way means the same thing. That is a pen. But anytime you put the D in there, it's that, okay? Any questions so far? This is going to be a slow 6 weeks. I'll guarantee you that. But I think it's going to be helpful to you. And that's why I added this, okay? We got a lot more to go. But just remember, okay? You can speak both ways. But you're saying that when you put the D at the end, okay? All right, here we go. When you use D and say, hiya jogat os, or hiya jogados, it means this is a book. See, this, remember? Yeah. Remember that ma is that, yeah is this, okay? Means this is a book as opposed to everything else. Question in and up. Hiya jogat os, hiya jogados. This is a book. Either way, this is understood by speakers, and it's just like I said, I speak like this with the, I separate the jogados instead of saying jogat os. And you'll find elders that do speak like this with the jogat os, but it's understood. And so, but I speak like this. Even if I speak like this, they understand me. Hiya jogados. I always separate that dos out. And I guess maybe my family spoke that way. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how they spoke, but that's how I speak. Hiya jogados. Okay. We're going to go back over these two now the next few days. Is this a book? Now listen, this is a book. Is this a book? Hiya jogat owa. Now here, but I speak like this. Hiya jogadoa. Anything you got the remember? Hiya, is this a book? Hiyat jogat owa. Or you can say hiya jogadoa. Either way, it's understood. It's saying the same thing. Okay, is this a book? It's saying the same thing. Any questions so far? Any questions?
I do have questions, but I think it'll be better for me to like get through this lesson and then come to you after.
Okay, all righty, that's good, because this is how, this is gonna basically tell you how these engines and beginnings are on the language, okay? Okay, that is a pen. Ma is hochechkat os, or ma is hochechka dos. Either way. Ma, remember, is that, okay? Is that a pen? Now that's a question now, remember. These one's a question, one's a statement. One is that, is that a pen? Ma is hochetskat owa. Or you can say ma is hochetska doa. Okay, remember doa. Are y'all getting it here where doa is a question? Dos is telling you it is. It's a statement. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I got one in here and I'm asking her, are you getting this? So that, and she helps me in here because it, she is a learner. So, you know, I go to her and say, okay, any questions so far? Any questions? I got a chat here. I'm going as a. When you have a chance, could you drop the line for this document? Drop in the chat, please.
I think they want to get to the document.
Okay, yeah, will you be able to get to these documents? Okay, so far, now see, we've only went over. We're only at the beginning. This kind of takes a lot of explanation. What can I do that? I know. Okay. Now, pronouns. Okay, let's go here. Ma ishotchechka. Or, see, pronouns. It, he, and etc. can be left out in Mvskoke. Okay, remember that. Can be left out in Mvskoke. The following are complete sentences. Joga owa. Joga doa. Is it a book? And see, that's just saying, is it a book? It's plain and simple and short. Inhe jogat os. Inhe jogat os. Yes, it is a book. We don't have it in there. It's just saying inhe jogat os. Okay. Inhe jogat os. It's saying yes, a book is. You have it. Okay. This I broke these down now. Okay. I broke these down. Here hasis gifkat os, or here hasis gifka dos. This is a clock. Hasis gifka, remember I say that at the end of class. It's a hasi is sun. Iskifka means it measures. Hasis here. Hasis iskifkat os. Here hasis gifka dos. Either way, it's still saying this is a clock. Okay, here's a question. Is this a ball? Bokot oa or boko doa? Is this a ball? Either way, it's understood. Monks is no. Hasiskifkat os. No, it is a clock. It's answering this right here. Is this a ball? Monks hasiskifka dos. See, either way, it means no, it is a clock. No matter whether you put the D here and separate the os, or you put the dos by itself, either way, It's saying the same thing. And like I said, I speak with the dos separated. I don't put it with the rest of the sentence. Hia anhissit os. Hoktit os. Hoktidos. This is my friend. It is a girl. Remember now, hia anhissit os. This is my friend. Hoktit os. It is a girl, or you can say hoktidos. It is a girl. See? Okay. Introduce yourself and someone else along the following lines. Married. Oh, Mary Jahujifkat os. Or you can say Mary Jahujifkados. I think I sent one yesterday. This is not the right one. Okay. So remember, Mary, and this is, I had sent two, and this is my other one. Okay. Mary Jahujifkat os, or you can say Mili. Mili Jahujifkat os. Or you can say Mary Jahujifkados, or you can say Mili Jahujifkados. Either way, it means the same thing. My name is Mary. But in the Mvskoke way, we call Mary Mili. Jason, you want to sit right here? Okay. My name is Mary. Okay, and see, Jaho, remember? When you can't transfer, Jah means it's possessive. So you're saying, Mary's my name, Jahojifka. And see, we're going back over all these past that we've been studying. Jah means you can't transfer anything, and it means it's a possessive pronoun, okay? It's a possessive pronoun. It's saying Mary is my name. And the Jah means my, okay? This is my friend. Yeah, anhissit os, or you can say yeah, anhissidos. Either way, it's understood. Okay. Remember, is possessive. Okay. It's a possessive pronoun. If y'all got back through all these lessons, I've taught this before, the the Jah. And this is what it was leading up to, guys, right here. Right here. He or she is a student. Joga hijat os, or you can say joga hijados. Either way. Okay. Either way. Hodanwa dos. He is a man. Okay. But honanwa is a gender. But when if you say honanwa, it means man too. It's a double thing here, man or a gender male. Okay. Okay, right here. It has ihi. Answer with ihi. What was ihi? What's ihi? Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Very
Yes.
good. Yes, it means yes. And it says answer with yes. Jogat owa or jogadoa. And it says ihi jogados. Okay, what if you said mahukdid owa or mahukdidoa? Is that a girl? So what would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Ihi hoktidos, or see, you would say hokti, you would just say ihi. Because that answers that question right there. Okay. The other one is ma anhissit owa or ma in anhissit doa. What would you say?
He and his sidos.
There you go. There you go. There it is. You can say that. Uh-huh. But you know what? But to answer that question is one simple answer, ain't it? Just say And that takes care of that whole question right there. Okay, look here. Mahonanwa. Owa or mahonanwa dowa. What would you say?
Ihi hononwatos.
There you go. Very good. See, this is just simple things. And remember, remember your rules, okay? Because this is kind of going back over that paper we previously had. This is just kind of, I think it's a little simpler. Very good. I'm telling you, this is impressive. This is impressive. Okay. Here we go. Anhisi pokijat owa or anhisi pokijadowa. What'd you say?
In here, and Hishi Bokichados.
There you go. There you go, guys. See? This is what needs to be answered, or you can just say, yeah. All she said was, yes, my friend is a ball player. And he's bokichados. See? This is good exercise for y'all. Y'all can take it off and just fill in these deals. You got a question? Okay. So this is something that we have to learn. Okay. This is something.
Mvhayv.
Go ahead.
Mvhayv. Down there at the, well, not there, but, all the way through there, let's see, go back up there to where it says, Mary Jehovah Kados.
Yeah, right here.
Right there. I don't know why I'm sitting here just listening, and then I started looking because I need to learn how to write it and write it correctly. So I'm seeing where you're saying Jehovah Dos. You got that T over there by the V, but in the second sentence you have the cha dos. See where you have the KV,
Yeah.
TOS. You move the T over to by the O.
Yeah, and that's why some people speak that way. They'll say Mary Jehoshaphat os. Okay, they'll say Jehoshaphat os. And then, but the way I speak, I'll say Mary Jehoshaphat dos. I say some of them E right here and say gut, and some of them just say dos. So some of them say Mary Jehoshaphat os. They're saying the same thing. My name is Mary. But the way I speak, I say Mary Jehoshaphat dos. I don't put the D by the I separate it and say dos. Here it's saying that os. Okay. Some people that speak that way. Like this. Yeah, unhisit. Hear the D? Unhisit. Or some people says, yeah, unhisidos. It means the same thing, but some people put that D right here, right there, and say Jehoshaphat os. They separate that. Some people says Jehoshaphat. Even when I'm writing, I write like this, dos. Okay, that's how I write. I put the dos in there because that's how I speak. In fact, I write the way I speak. I just have to, it's written in a different way. So I just, I always separate that dos from that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Maniman dying hotel didn't get the hanayat man aborto gas.
Yeah, either way, it's saying the same thing. But some people will say that Chahoji. Os.
Mhm.
And some say, like me, I say Jahoji.
And see, just like you, that's how I always would say it. Sahojit Gados. Sahojit Gados. But Hote Janoa dying, Hote Janayat still.
Either way would be right. Either way would be right.
Mhm.
Either way, it's saying the same thing. And you know, I asked a lot of elders how they speak. Do they separate that or put it, you know? And a lot of them said, well, we say dos separately. You know, a lot of them says that. But I've heard some people in certain situations speak like this with that D over here and the os separated. I've heard it a few times, you know. And that's mostly like the older ones. They speak like that, but I guess, you know, like I said, maybe my family spoke a little different, even though they were elders. So I say dos separate. I don't add it to that word and just say os. Okay. Here we go. Now we're gonna be going slow on this. Look here. Mary Hoktit Oa. Now emphasis, I'm putting emphasis at the end in there. Mary Hoktit Oa or Mili. Here we go. Mili Hoktit Oa. See how that's separate? This right here is saying deep at the end. And they say Oa. Mary Hoktit Oa. Or you can say Mili Hokti Doa. You don't have to put that D here and just say Hokti Doa. Is she a girl? And you say, So see this this kind of tells you how we speak and how it can be said. It's saying, is Mary a girl? Is she a girl? That's all that's saying. Okay. It says, give the question corresponding to the answer. Okay, this is where somebody did that. Jogados. So you would say, Ma is Hojetka Oa. Is Hojetka Doa. Is Hojetka Dos. So what would you say here? Because the answer is Jogados. So you would say Jogat Oa or Jogadoa. See? And it says Jogados. Because you're saying, you're asking the question. Joga Doa or Jogat Oa. You say Jogados. See, you're just going backwards. You get it?
It was confusing with the example. I thought I was supposed to do all of it like that. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer is, I'm answering somebody. Mvhayv dos. So what would you say, Jason?
So you're saying,
I'm answering you now. This is an answer because I'm saying, yes, this is a teacher, or yes, this is a book. So what would the question be that I said yes to?
I'm gonna try to do it really correct,
Okay.
but I don't know. But I know slang,
Okay.
but it's
That's okay.
Mvhayv.
Huh?
It's Mvhayv. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So you said Mvhayv dos.
Okay,
And I said Mvhayv dos.
it's Mvhayv.
Yeah, he's saying, look, is that a teacher? See, he's adding to it. Okay, it says, somebody said, my grandfather adds the T at the end and separates the os or oa. But other family use dos and doa. Both are understood by, that's right. Both of these can be understood because it's saying the same thing. It's just that one is added at the D is added at the end of the word. And then the other is separated to dos. But it means the same thing. It means the same thing.
I'll put S Mvhayv. That don't even make no sense. That's on Jessica.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, this one says, Ihe Chogados. Okay, look here. Okay, this is the example right here. It says, Ispojechgat or Ispojechgadoa. Okay, the example is saying, is this a pen or a pencil? This both is saying the same thing. So the answer is Ispojechgados or Ispojechgados. That's how you answer the question. Okay, here, this is the answer. Here, what do you ask? So it says Ihe Chogados, or you could say Ihe Chogat. So what would be the question? Very short now. So the question would be, just like this up here example, you would say Chogat or Chogadoa, and I would say Ihe Chogados. Because you're asking, is this paper? And you say, yes, it is. Does that make sense? Is everybody confused? Or you can, Amy, is that about you? Brendan, are you getting this?
I'm getting.
Okay, anybody else?
Hey,
All right. So I could say on that, Keithitcha mean, are you learning it? So see, this is kind of just making short little things that you're learning, okay? Okay, here we go. Right here, it says, Ihe Mvhayv or Ihe Mvhayv. So the question would be,
Mvhayv.
and the next, or you can say, yeah, Mvhayv, and the answer would be Ihe Mvhayv. Yes, it is a teacher, because he's asking me, is that a teacher? And he said, yes, it's a teacher. There you go. See, this is just short little things. And you can ask anything. Is that shoes? Is that a dog? Is that this? Is that that? You don't exactly have to use paper, a teacher, okay? You can use anything. You can say, is that but look here. It says, Ihe Bokodos. Bokodos. So what can you say to this?
Bokodoa.
Bokodoa. There you go. Or, yeah, Bokodoa. And they say, Ihe Bokodos. Or you could say, Fushwadoa. Is it a bird? Is it a bird? Ihe Fushwadoa. See, you're just answering questions, but they're short. Short. Okay, I gotta check it. Y'all guys, this is what. There you go. Somebody said, Becky, Mvhayv, Mvhayv. There you go. There you go, Brendan. This is what you need to get to. This is just the beginning, guys. This is just, and then you just add more things. Add this, add that. Add a word here, add a word there. Okay.
In Mvhayv.
I'm
What is no such thing as in?
Mvhayv.
In
Mvhayv.
your teacher.
Uh-huh.
E
Somebody's teacher.
So not in.
Is that what he had? Let me see.
No, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, Mvhayv. It's not in, but Mvhayv.
In Mvhayv.
Yesterday we had one from a book that said, Indoket. And I said, I've never heard that word, Indoket.
Sounds like your fire or something.
Indokit. And I said, I don't know what that is, but after reading the sentence, it says the bear, they were chasing the bear into the water, a swamp. And it was adoki. Adoki means to push or push out or force. So they forced this bear into it. See how things can get confused?
Could also be, it confused me with a job too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe it's a job. Like doing a job.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
But it said such indokit. And I never heard that, but I said, well, I never heard it, but it could be possible, but it was adokit. See how things can get, and that's even a helpful thing for me, okay? Look here we go. Ehe bokados. So you would say, you had it in.
Oh, Bokadoa.
Bokadoa. Okay, this one is ehe hoktidos. So you would say,
Bokadoa.
Hoktidoa. See, this is most of our language right here. This is kind of like everyday living. We always ask them questions. My mom, she used to just, tell me things. And a lot of it was just simple things. And I'd say, "Mhm." Or most of the time I said, yeah. I'd answer a question in English, in the English language, like, or sometimes I say, uh-huh. And that answered it, even though I didn't say "eh." But when she asked me something in Mvskoke, I say, uh-huh, or yeah. And she never said anything about that. I say, yeah. And I never really used "eh," but there were a few times I did. And that was like, she'd ask me something, and I say, I'll put an attitude. I put an attitude to it a lot of times. And it passed. It passed. And remember I said this language can be humorous? It is to a point. Like I tell her with an attitude, and she kind of just grin at me and just never said anything about it. But a lot of times I say, and then she tell me something, I'd say, what? Like what? And we're gonna get to that. I say, what? And she, she wouldn't answer me on that. I say noggin, and then she would. And there were certain situations that we she answered me, and certain situations she didn't. Okay.
Mvhayv, nagari boko.
Yeah, boko's a ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, boko.
Mado.
Boko's a ball. Boko is a ball. Okay, so y'all probably need to write that down. Boko is a ball. Boko is a ball. Okay, it's a ball.
Mvhayv, can you go back to that word that you said you had not heard and explain that again? Because I'm having difficulty hearing it.
Okay, this was in another book, that I had my coworker ask me what this was, and it was called Indokit. And I didn't know what Indokit was. I never heard it, but I did hear adoki, like push out or get rid of, or get rid of them. And so I had to read the English sentence a few times because it said they pushed a bear into the swamp, and and said it was in the water. And I thought, Indokit, I never heard of that. And then I kind of waited, sometimes I have to think about it, and sometimes it'll just come to me like that. So I was walking around and I said, I know what that is now. It's adoki. Adoki means push something out. Adoki, like they say, Boji, adokit oseches. We push the cat out. Or if adokit oseches. You know, like they were in a house, you pushed them out. That's what that meant, but it was in the wrong context, but also the wrong word. And see, this is a book that's been published, so you know, you know, even that is a, you know, things could be, that's just like me, making, you know, things can be done a little different or to make a mistake. Yeah, make a mistake. Okay, look here.
So Mahaya, so that's why I've been sitting here racking my brain trying to figure out, because you said they pushed the bear into the lake or wherever, but that word push, I'm sitting here trying to remember how we use that term, because
Push
you know,
is
you could say it again.
ahobagida. Push is ahobagida.
Uh-huh,
Bagi. Ahobagi is push.
uh-huh, yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh,
Sentence though, it meant they chased him into the water, but I couldn't figure out what they meant. And then I was looking at the word indokida, and I never heard that word, but then it came to me, adokida. You know what adoki means? Adoki means like adadokhogen ayibemans. They were pushing me out, so I left. You know, it's a different word. It's an older word. You know, I don't
yeah,
even
uh-huh.
know the dictionary. You know, I don't even know that if it's in a dictionary, but I know, you know, and it came to me, that's what it meant.
Because that word you're using, I've heard it, but you know, there's a little bit of a different, I don't know, I've heard with a little different sound, you know, so.
That indokida I never heard of, but adokida.
Uh-huh.
Adokida.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a little bit different. I don't know. You know.
Gita is a hada gita no achimunayade.
Oh, I know. Okay. Okay, now look here. Here. Okay. Here nagit owa or here nagi doa. What's this? Nagit is what? Okay. What's this? Is here. Here nagit owa or here nagi doa. Both ways, separate or together, you can see it. Okay. Boko is ball. Boko, there you go. All right. Boko is ball. Somebody answered that. Very good. I got help on this class, and I'm glad to. How do you spell ball? Boko. Boko. Remember now, when you have these two consonants, remember I've been going over that. It's, you got to say both of them. Book. Book. So that's two, you got to spell it that way too. B-O, K-K-O. Okay. Here we go. Remember now, here, nagit, owa. Here, nagi, doa. What's this? Nagit is what? Okay. Vocabulary. Ifa. What's ifa? Dog. What is cat? Horse. What is duck?
Woja.
Fojo. Fojo. What is horse?
Mako.
Akko.
Hakko. There you go. Somebody's got it. What is cow?
Waga.
Waga.
Go. Goat.
Jawada.
Chawada. Chawada. See, it's broken down into those sounds. Remember I told you, all those sounds are in the Mvskoke word. Turkey.
Benwa.
Benwa.
Huh? Very good. Hog or pig.
Sokwa.
Shoka.
Chicken.
Doloshi.
Delosi.
Oh, there you go. Goose.
Sasakwa.
Sasakwa. Sheep.
Yabifega.
Beka.
There you go.
Yabifega.
Yabe.
There you go. There you go. Tame animal. Abiga.
Boki.
Boca.
Abuiga.
Abuka.
Abuiga. So see, look at all these things you named. Look at all the things you said. Sounds, guys, sounds. Every one of these is in the single, 2-letter, 3-letter sounds. You gotta learn sounds, okay?
Maya,
Nugget.
this is what confuses me when I'm trying to read it. Not, not gonna kunai, you know what? This right here, where you're saying, haya nakdunwa, you're saying, they're putting that T over there by the E. And then in that second one, you're moving the T over closer to the O. And this one is the one that I say, yanakdunwa. And
That's how I speak too.
yeah, and so when I'm seeing it written, though, sometimes somebody writes it this way with the T. I always say they put the T in the wrong place. But I think to myself, rather than not say it, I think to myself, they're putting that T in the wrong place. But that's what confuses me right now when I'm trying to read somebody's writing. And when this T is not where it should be, that throws me off. And so
that's where you kind of have to know, like right here. See, some people speak this way, and this is how it's written.
mhm,
But I speak this way.
mhm,
But then
uh-huh,
speak it like this. He not get,
mhm. Yeah,
but
good.
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
But
good.
it's just the way you speak is the way you write it. So when I say Nagidua, I write the way I speak.
Mhm,
As I say Nagidua,
mhm,
I don't, so I write it this way, right here, instead of this way, because I don't speak that way. But some people do. So the people that speaks this way will write it this way, with the D over here. But me, I write it this way because I speak with the door separated.
Well, that makes sense now,
Yeah.
because I've seen
Okay.
somebody write it that way, and I didn't understand what they were saying the first one. I understand the way you did the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it threw me until it just makes sense now.
Yeah. And some people will just write it the way they speak. I write it the way I speak, so I wrote mine this way. Hianagidua.
mhm.
But then some people speaks hianagit ua, and they're going to write like that because that's how it sounds to them. They're going to write just like the way they speak. I write the way I speak too, and I write it like this. So see, it's just how you speak. Write it the way you speak. Write it the way you speak.
Mhm.
And it might be confusing, but once you learn this, it's going to help you read it, okay? I got some chats here.
Oh, that was me. Somebody was
Okay.
asking what Google Drive. and
Okay.
which document we're on.
So this is what, okay, is everybody kind of learning from this? Because I thought this was simpler than the one I had before, because that was a whole page. Now, this is a lot of pages. The other was a whole page, whole 2 pages. This is a lot of pages, okay? Okay, so vocabulary is, now listen, these are teaching you words too, okay? What in Mvskoke is Nagi? Now remember that. What in Mvskoke is Nagi? In what questions and other questions requiring a long answer, the sentence ends in a R. Okay. R. Okay. Okay, here we go again, Ella. This is written the way, but it's also written the way I speak, okay? This has got the D over here and the O separated. This is a pen. Here, remember this? is here is hojetska os. What is this? Here naget oa. Naget. Okay, this is where you're getting confused, Ella, because this T's right here, this D's right here. And it says is hojetska os. But here it's saying, this is my speaking now, is hojetska dos. It's a pen. So this is saying, what is this? Here nagidoa. I always say here nagidoa, but this saying here nagidoa is hojetska dos. That's how I speak. But now for some, if they said here nagit oa, you would say is hojetska os. Okay, is that clear to you now? This should have been that. That is a book. Ma jogat os. Or you can say ma jogados. Oh, this is a book. This should have been that right here. This should have been that. So change that this to that. Ma jogat os or ma jogados. Ma nagit oa or ma nagidoa. What is that? It both means the same thing. Jogat os or jogados. Make sense? Okay. Hasiskifka hamgad othibiga. What's hasiskifka?
Day after tomorrow.
Oh,
Or
hasiskifka.
okay.
Iskifka.
Sun measure.
That's right. Okay. Hamgad. Othibiga. Bakshi asen. We're going to study that too. Asen. Chihijafis. I'll see y'all Thursday, day after tomorrow. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's tomorrow's Wednesday.
day after tomorrow, Thursday. Okay. So,
Mvhayv. 11's doing Magazi dear, because I'm looking at my calendar and it says Bali Humgen. The 11,
I'm going.
Bali Humgen. The
Okay, it's Bali.
Uh-huh.
Bali. Hamgun Dalagen.
Humgen Dalagen. Okay,
Bali Hamgun Dalagen. Okay.
sounds like beans in there.
Yeah,
The way you say beans,
yeah, Hamgun Dalagen.
Dalagen. Humgen Dalagen.
Yeah,
Dalagen.
heaven is Bali
Hamgun.
Hamgun Dalagen. I think we did
Uh-huh.
before, but we are, now listen guys, I'm gonna add more to this sentences here, just using this right here. We may have to go back over this and over this, but this is where like right here, joga os, you don't have to say joga, you can say ifat os or ifados. You can change this, ma joga doa, you can say ma ifadua or ifados. You can change these and be doing this, okay? You can change these words to whatever it is. You don't have to use book. You can use dog, cat, girl, Yoda. Yoda, she's got a picture of Yoda up here and I'm looking at it. You can say Yoda dos. You can say, yeah, Yoda do what? You can see, yeah, Yoda do what? Or, and you can say, Yoda dos. See, you can do anything with this, guys. It's just having that get out of the box here, right here.
So Mvhayv, for me, it's 11 o'clock. Is what I was trying to say.
You're so lucky, because you know what? I got home made supper for my husband and grandkids, and it was 9 o'clock before I knew it. And I'm like, and you know, my internal clock is being messed up by this time change. And I'm like, oh, I'm tired. You know, I was ready for bed. And then the other night, though, weekend, I was in bed and I was watching TV and it was 12 o'clock. And I thought, but actually, it's 11.
Mhm.
Then when I got up that morning, it was a whole different story, you know. So, all right, guys, you got this.
But dang, and by the way, Mvhayv Desiree is doing an excellent job with the beginning class, as do you with whatever level we are in this class.
We're getting deeper and deeper. So, yeah, she's good. She's doing all this, and you know, this is all to save the language. We don't do it just do it in vain, you know. It's just to save this language. All right, okay. Somebody raise a hand. All right, guys.
Madam.
I was just wondering, is there a class that goes a little bit more on a basic level, more beginner level? Because it was kind of hard for me to understand, like when I don't even know the alphabet.
Yeah, if you're new, this is going to be a little hard for you. Now, her class, Desiree's class, hers is beginner.
Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday and Wednesday. Hers is Monday and Wednesday, and that's more like the beginner basics. This is my oh gosh, I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this, maybe 3 months at the most, and we started with sounds and we went to basic phrases. We just been going basic, but I moved them up. You know, we've been moving along to like to intermediate. But Desiree's is going to be having the beginners.
How can I get in contact with Desiree?
She's right there.
She's right there in the room.
Right here, you can speak to her right here.
Ezra, you got a new student.
All right, Monday and Wednesdays, it's from noon to 1, and I'm going over the alphabet and the sounds that Mvhayv Barnett always talks about, you know, our language's sounds. I don't have the links in front of me, but it's Monday and Wednesday, noon to 1, and Friday, we've got an evening class, 6:30 to 7:30, and it's a different Zoom number. If you could reach the Mvskoke language department, they can give you the links to all 3 of them. All right. And
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That'll help you.
That's a very basic stuff that, you know, Mvhayv Barnett stressed. We need to start from a firm foundation, and so that's what we're building on with the alphabet, the sounds, and how to achieve those sounds when we're not used to hearing Mvskoke. We're used to hearing English. All right. I hope to see you in there.
All right, Mado, everybody.
Madam.
Mado.
Madam din bunaya this.
Thanks, Ella.
Mhm.
Mado.
Hi, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Sorry. So it got me kind of thinking about it whenever you were talking about endotki. I've been kind of struggling with the verb imida, to give. If someone was to give me something, would I say, like let's say they did give me something, would I say amitskidat? Like to me, you did give it?
If you say that somebody gave you you say like, Mary Ahmis gave me this, Mary gave me this, Mary Ahmis. Or,
Okay.
yeah,
Or if I was to say it like to somebody directly, would it be amitski?
No, you would just, if you're making a statement, just like, you know, you give, she gave it to me, you would say she gave it to me, or Mary gave it to me. You're just making a statement. You would say Mary Ahmis. And you got it in your hand though, you're showing it. That's where situation environment comes in. But
Well,
you gotta name something specific. You don't have it in your hand. Say he gave you a doll. You would say Mary is Tahagoji Ahmis. Or a book. Mary Boko Ahmis. Mary gave me a ball. Okay. But if you don't, you gotta specify it, if it's not in your hand.
Okay. Well, the specific example I have is, like I'm applying for scholarships right now, and I would like to, one of the things is to add or to thank the donors, I mean.
Yeah.
And I was wanting to see, I wanted to say to them, thank you for your help. And so like the way that I worked that out was to say like, Jimenechka Mitskidat, like your help that you gave me, but I don't know if that makes sense. I don't even know if it's necessary to specify, for what I'm thanking them.
You could just say, Mado Amanedzat, and they would know. Okay, Mado Amanedzat. They would know.
Right.
They know.
That makes sense. I wouldn't need to specify the help that you gave, because obviously you give help.
Yeah, they know they gave it to you, so you would say, Mado Amanedzat.
Ah, okay. Hey. All right, Mado, chikajesti.
Chihitagavishche. Mado.